There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man on the stage over there telling me I've got to beware. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. So going 5 weeks into this mandated house arrest, shutdown, whatever you want to call it, it's been interesting seeing what was proposed in the beginning as 2 weeks to flatten the curve. It really flattened a lot of things after the 5th week. Okay, we have 37,000 deaths, around 37,000 deaths right now, at the cost of 22 million jobs. So, all right, we have 37,000 deaths, but we've killed 22 million jobs. Now think about that. 22 million jobs. I think the unemployment rate, the official unemployment rate is around 16%, something like that. And that's what's on the books. Now let me tell you what's going on in North Carolina. In North Carolina, when you call to file a claim, this I know because I know people out of work, you can't even talk to anybody on the other line because there's nobody there to answer the phone. You get recordings and they can't even get back to you. So there's more people unemployed than what is officially tallied up right now. So pray for our country. It's a big deal. Another thing that's very interesting is business owners. Business owners cannot get federal loans because they already ran out of money. Business owners who want to keep their employees on the payroll cannot even get loans now because they already ran out of money. That is how fast things are imploding. So in certain states and cities, we have protests starting up, and the working class are going into capitals of states and blowing horns. So as this shutdown continues with certain states, it's going to be interesting seeing the liberty horns blowing from sea to shining sea. It's very fascinating that the President of the United States has said it's up to the states when and where they want to turn on their cities and states to let people go back to work and start functioning again. That's fascinating, because in reality, in the beginning, when the free and independent states formed the union called the United States, which is plural, they were sovereign states. They were like little countries, and they formed a union with limited delegated powers to the federal government. So I find that very fascinating as he calls governors to person up. Okay, we can't say man up, so we'll say person up and lead their states. It looks like there's going to be different states that are fearful to start up their states and localities, and they're going to continue in their paralysis of fear. Okay, we're talking 37,000 deaths and 22 million lost livelihoods. So I don't know. So the governors are going to be held responsible by their voters for how they handle this pandemic scare, crisis, whatever you want to call it. People ask me, am I scared? Am I scared of this virus? The answer is no. I do not wear a mask unless it is mandated. Now, if it's mandated, I have to do it, but when I go out, you know, of course, limited right now, but when I go out, I don't wear a mask. I'm not making fun of people who wear a mask, I just smile at them. And, you know, if I know them, I'll just say, don't fear the reaper. So I don't fear this virus. What I do fear is the absolute implosion of certain places because of their fear, their paralysis. God doesn't want us to fear. Now, I'm not saying, you know, don't look after people who are immune compromised or have pre-existing conditions. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying don't look after the elderly. I'm not saying we gotta, you know, make sure that they don't get this virus. I'm just saying the numbers don't add up. My fear is different cities and states imploding because of the paralysis of fear. I just say, don't fear the reaper. Fear the fear.